I'm Dean Huppert, and this is the Coaches Show with head coach Keith Kinder, presented by Southwestern Michigan College. Games don't get much bigger than this early in the season.
No, they don't, and it's it should be a nice night for football here. It's a great place to play football, and it's against a really good team.
Yeah, you talk about Warsaw and Reed Zollinger. He's the man. He had 45 carries last week, 313 yards. You know where they're going to go, but they've also got a quarterback. They can come at you from a number of different ways.
Yeah, they really can. I think the key is going to be, obvious, try to stop the fullback. But, the problem is it doesn't really matter if you know where the ball's going. They're really good up front. They're physical. They get off the ball really quickly, and they're really well coached. And he doesn't need a whole lot of space, so you can try to schematically figure out on a whiteboard how to line people up to stop them, but it's not gonna translate onto the field that way because of how good they are.
It seemed like NorthWood had plenty of opportunities last week. One play, they were at the 1 yard line, and all of a sudden a fumble and the ball's going the other different direction. Seems like a pesky defense that'll stay on you and try to get that turnover.
Well, in terms of their defense, it's as good a front seven as I think that they've had in Coach's time there. And, if we turn the ball over 5 times like NorthWood did, we're going to have the same result that NorthWood did. So, we've got to take care of the football. We've got to put the ball in the last time they were here, we started with the ball 3 straight times, maybe 4 straight times in their territory, in plus territory, and didn't score. We're going to have to be more efficient offensively, and we're going to have to be able to maximize our possessions. So I don't think we're going to have very many.
You guys won last year. You mentioned 2 years ago you lost by 2 points. They've won 2 out of the last 3. I heard you last Friday night say, it starts now. We got to start thinking about this game, getting your rest, taking care of yourself. Every little detail in bigger games like this one in the Northern Lakes counts.
Well, and I think that's a really good point, and this is why we wanted Penn back on the schedule, to see the physicality and the speed with which the game was going to be played, because it's going to help us play this game. But again, you can't duplicate what either of us do offensively, and when we play each other, it's still hard to duplicate it really well. And so it's just going to be, getting used to the speed of what's coming at you when we're on defense. And again, I can't say enough good things about their front defensively. So it's as good a front as Penn's was, and so we're going to have to be way more disciplined than we were in week 2.
Yeah, this will air before the game. It'll be on the Jumbotron. Of course, coaches are friends all throughout the year. Talk about that, just the relationship. You guys work together, and you still communicate quite a bit.
Yeah, he's a really good friend. He's a really good person. He did a lot for me personally, professionally. And then, I hate this week, because you're trying to beat a really good friend, similar to when we play Concord, but make no mistake about it. We want to win, and they want to win, and it's not about bragging rights between us. It's not about coaches. It's about the opportunity that our kids have for a chance to win a trophy, and it's the same thing for them. And I made it clear to our kids this week that it's going to be a tough challenge for us to win the league if we don't win this Friday. So we got to play well, and we got to put ourselves in a good position to have a chance to win the game in the 4th quarter.
And you like your team. Talk about that, just the way they've developed from the beginning of the year and getting more mature, more confident, a team who can come out in big games and you can trust, you can depend on.
Yeah, I think that, it took us some time to figure out where we wanted people to play. It took us some time, I think, to get full buy-in. I think that's always a process each year, and what I mean by full buy-in is doing things the Mishawaka way, which may be different than other places, but making sure that we don't take plays off, and that we run to the football every snap, and that we're accountable to our teammates and stuff like that. And we're getting there, right? We've seen that the last 3 weeks, all right? Even if the scores, if the games haven't been close, we've gotten good things out of each of the past 2 weeks. We got a really good win against the Northridge team that I think proved that they were pretty good when they beat NorthWood the other day, or the other week. So we're learning a lot about our team, and we're going to learn a lot about them this Friday.
Yeah, game's on 96.1 FM. You can see it on Mishawaka Network. WHME's bouncing on now, and this should be a lot of fun for the fans. A game at Steele Stadium. Weather's getting a little cooler. It feels like football.
It really does feel like football, and I really do think it's going to be a lot of fun Friday night.
All right, thank you very much. This has been the head coach of the Mishawaka Cavemen, Keith Kinder, and he always says at the end,
Go Cavemen.